All right, you see the chart right there. It's linked below. This is an epic fail by my guitar teachers. No offense, I love them, but they didn't teach me triads, 3-note chords that are all over the neck. In fact, they're in everything we do. They're the most important thing in music, in my opinion. Now, drop in the comments, how well do you know triads? Keep coming back here. This is a playlist. There's 12 major and 12 minor triad shapes, okay? So let's just go through this real quick and then I'll show you how to actually make some music with it. So, this is a second inversion C minor triad, okay? We had to pick a key, so we're just doing C minor, okay? So 5, 1, 3. Now, the root is in red. The root is the 1, okay? A lot of people even get confused on that. So on the top left, I wrote the R is the same thing as the 1, okay? So 5, 1, 3. So page 2 in this chart, linked below, just has 5, R, flat 3. So this is a 5, 13. Just means when you put the 5th as the lowest fundamental note. In this case, the notes are G, C, E flat. G, the 5th, is the lowest note, so it's a second inversion. Listen, you don't have to learn theory, but you kind of do, okay? It'll empower you as a player, just trust me, okay? Now, it's around the EAD string set, that red box. My friend Eddie named that, so it's the Eddie box. Okay, so it's just how we organize it, okay? So what you want to do is just arpeggiate it. What I want you really to do is soak in the flavor of it. Okay, so in the bottom right of this, just a quick note. The way you kind of construct these, this is an interval. 2 notes. 5 to the R is a perfect 4th interval. Right here comes the bride. It's like that interval. And then from the R to the flat 3, that's a minor 3rd interval, okay? You just need to start recognizing these shapes and just trust me. Now, the reason I didn't put G, C, E flat, I didn't put the notes, is because I want you to know, if you know where the 1 is, you can move it to any key, right? So if I slid all the way up here, I didn't change the shape. See my hand? Shape didn't change. If I know that's the root, well, that's an A. So that's an A minor second inversion triad. 5-13 is what I call it. 5-1-3, okay? Flat 3, you just need to know the flat 3 is the minor. So back to this, okay? So this is a C minor triad. Now, there's 11 more of these. I did all the major triads. I did 1 chart per video, 1 triad per video to make it really easy, like an encyclopedia. Now, how could we make music with this? Well, that's up to you. You could just arpeggiate it. You could pick it. Arpeggiate it. You could get rid of the pick, thumb. There's a million ways. It's your musicality. Now, let's do this. This isn't on the chart. I'll keep it up here, but this is why you want to know the theory. You're going to want to know that E flat major is the relative major to C minor, okay? They're a family. They love each other, right? So what you could do is, let's do this. Take your middle finger and put it on the 6th fret on the A string. That's E flat, okay? This is how you learn the notes. Not all disconnected. First finger, 5th fret on the D string, okay? Your pointer finger. So this is a major 3rd interval. This is E flat major. It's a major 3rd interval, okay? Now, if you want to get all crazy, you can take your pinky and you can put it up here on the 8th fret on the G string, okay? So you're going until you're getting that octave. So that is an E flat. It's an E flat. It's just simply E flat with an octave in the major 3rd, okay? But the reason I show you we're going to make music, what good are triads if we don't know how to make music? So look. Minor triad to the E flat major. C minor triad to the E flat major. Okay. Now, a question I get all the time is, why do we need so many different triad shapes? Why do we need 12 different C minor triad shapes? Well, because they're all different flavors. If you listen to this, the second inversion ones, they just have this really cool quality to them because you want to get some ear training, okay? You always want to think like a songwriter, so maybe this is like your little intro to a song where you pick it. Okay, and if you want to just pause this, look at the shape. This is such an amazing shape. Root, major 3rd octave, but back to the relative minor triad. But I'm always going to say a bazillion times, rhythm is king, rhythm is queen. So if you have to, if your rhythm's shaky and it doesn't feel like you're hitting the groove, you're not in the pocket, which means tight, solid rhythm, then just go back and forth between like this shape to this shape. If you can't get the full, if you can't get this octave with your middle and pinky, just try and do the major 3rd interval, E flat major 3rd, okay? And if this all sounds like a foreign language, that's why you got to keep coming back here, and you're going to know all this stuff, okay? So watch. Okay, now as you grow as a songwriter, you're gonna understand what chords go to certain keys and how to borrow chords. So let's just throw one more chord for funsies in here. So let's do A flat, okay? So that's the fourth, okay? So we'll do, and I'm just gonna do an A flat bar chord with the root right here on the fourth fret on the low E. So there's your A flat, okay? So that's the 4 chord in the key of E flat or C, where it's C minor, right? So look, here's the triad on the chart. The 1 chord to the 4 chord, back to the 6 chord. 6, minor 6, 1 chord to the 4 chord to the 6 chord. See, now you're making music, but what's cool is you just need to recognize this shape. This is a triad. My teachers, I wish I could go back. I've been playing 35 years. I don't even know when I first heard the word triad, but I've had some light bulb moments over the years of songs I wrote when I was really young. And I was like, oh my God, I was playing a triad there. I didn't even know it. So all these triad shapes are all over the neck. In fact, I'll link a video I just did that shows you 2 of my favorites. But this is like your encyclopedia, okay? So while you do this, say the notes. So G, C, E flat, G, C, E flat, G, C, E flat. Get rid of your pick. Do this. Look, I know we have to take our time. We got to connect the dots slowly, but learn your triads. Look at the information on the charts. I've kept it very consistent. I show you how to build the triads. I show you where they come from on the bottom of the left. You understand the string sets. You understand that the root, the reason that's important is you can move this to any key. So you don't just learn like your notes disconnected, like C, C, and then you learn C here, and learn a C here, and learn a C here, and a C here. You learn like how it fits together in music. Here's a C, here's a G, here's an E flat. Oh, I'm playing a second inversion C minor triad. That's just such a cool quality. And I'll tell you why I think it is. It's the way it leads with this interval, that fourth, perfect fourth, okay? That interval, then you got the minor third. It sets it off with this just cool, mellow, kind of darker. I mean, yeah, it's darker because it's minor, but... Okay, just keep making music. Keep coming back here. You know what buttons to hit. Drop jellyfish, your favorite sea creature, in the comments. Keep going. Don't stop. See you in the next video.